This is the Hashtag Blackout Podcast.
Are you listening? Damn.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Hashtag Blackout Podcast. I'm Jared.
And I am Jay.
And we're back this week to talk about crazy stuff from around the world from a blacked out perspective. So, Jay, how was your week?
My week was pretty great. I have to say Wednesday was probably the best day of the week for me because the brand new Black Panther comic came out.
Yes. How is it so far?
It's good. It's very good. I was really looking forward to seeing or to reading that Tanashi Coates did the storyline for this. So I really wanted to check out and see how he did with it. And so far, so good. I'm waiting for the next couple of issues to come out just to see what direction he goes in. But so far, so good. I picked up a couple copies, one for myself and one for my son. I was pretty bummed out that they didn't have any of the other variant covers for this particular comic. I think there was probably up to 10 different covers, if I'm not mistaken. So the comic book shops that I checked at, they only had that original one. So, I'll probably be on the lookout for the others, but so far so good. I'm really really liking it. How was yours?
That's cool. Man, my week was very interesting. It was a crazy long week, which sort of culminated with I guess I ordered a new smoker. As you know, I'm a big barbecue fan, big smoker fan. So finally got my new smoker in. I was all excited. I started to put it together. And the first step in all 15 steps of putting it together, one of the little side dampers was, I guess whenever they manufactured it, they made it the wrong way. They made like the little stopper the wrong way. So it doesn't fit in properly. So if I put it on the right way, it would be like wide open the whole time. So I'd have like burnt food the whole time. So, and as luck would have it, that happened, on a weekend. So the company's closed. So I'm gonna have to wait till the next week to call them, see if I can get my replacement part. Great. But the rest of the steps were fine. Everything else came out nice. There were some misspellings in there. So
of course,
for a minute, in those instructions, you couldn't figure out what the heck was going on until, you put two and two together, and "the" meant these, or "our" meant yours. You know what I'm saying? It's all
where was it manufactured at?
Not in America. In a foreign land that has a dictator. Kim Jong somebody, I don't know.
Oh boy.
So, there's a lot of great stuff that's manufactured from there, but the misspellings were not a good step in this process. So should have had a copy editor, but whatever. It's all good. But yeah, other than that, I'll just say it's an interesting week, and I'm blessed to be here. So yeah, man. Well, in this week's episode, we have a couple of very fun topics, which include Whoopi's weed store, basketball snitches, and Vaughn's Air biscuits. So, that's what we're blacking out about this week. So, first of all, one of the things that broke the internet, is something that you brought up to me. It's about this Super Bowl champion named Von Miller. Tell me about it.
Well, Mr. Von Miller, the Super Bowl MVP, a.k.a. I like to call him the gas man now. He had a bit of a flatulence issue. So his Dancing with the Stars partner, Whitney Carson, is fining him $100 every time he farts. And apparently he doesn't seem to mind. I watch videos of him and he's just letting loose like it's nothing.
Oh, yeah.
So, and to go along with that, the Broncos have even issued a flatulence tax on him.
Really?
Yes, a flatulence tax.
Oh my gosh!
It was said that he was fined up to $15,000 for just letting go in the locker room up to 30 times during meetings and whatnot. So he apparently it doesn't bother him. He says living a healthy lifestyle, eating healthy foods. It causes him to have a lot of gas, and I've read that to be true.
Man, that's true. That's obviously, or excuse me, that's absolutely true. Ask our children. All the fruits and vegetables they eat, There's a lot of stinky clouds floating
Yes.
around our houses. I
Yes,
mean, it
yes. I,
is,
I definitely get a lot of air biscuits in my car
man.
when I'm dropping my son off.
And then they're just silent, and then all of a sudden it's like,
Yes,
who
it
just did
hits you.
that?
It
And
hits
they're
you in the
sitting,
face.
yeah, they're sitting in the back seat just laughing and giggling. So yeah,
Yes.
you know what's up with that. And yeah, man, I read about that, and initially his Dancing with the Stars partner would fine him $100 each time he was late to practice, just because it was obviously with dancing, and you have to get the choreography down, you have to sort of dance as one when you're dancing as a couple. So so it's just one of those things. And then add in all the farts, and every time he would do that, and yeah, she was disgusted, and he's just like, hey man, it's an everyday thing.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
while it is an everyday thing, you also gotta consider who your the other people in the room. You know what I'm saying?
True.
You got to
Very
consider
true.
everyone. You can't just be farting all over the place. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just one of those things. If somebody's like, "Oh, that's stinky," or "I'm disgusted by that," well, chill,
Yeah.
hold your farts, walk away to the other room. And actually, he did say they don't find him when he walks out of the room, but he said that he can't always just hold it and walk out of the room. Sometimes you just got to
True.
let it go. You know
True.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So maybe he need to tighten up back there. Maybe he need to do some of those kegels or whatever they call them, and tighten that backside up. You know what I'm saying?
Kegels on your butt cheeks, right? You
Kegels for your cheeks.
keep that booty hole tight.
Yeah,
But then it
exactly.
might come out the opposite way.
Oh yeah, I don't even know. It's just an interesting situation. Um, yeah, I don't even know. I know that. I mean, okay. So when I was a kid, or I guess when we were kids, we'd always hang out together. And we would go spend a night at each other's house if we visit each other out of town. And my siblings, they had a lot of flatulence, just like we did. So
Hmm.
it was always like a contest to see who could fart on each other the most. And, and it was stinky. It was
Nice.
stinky. It was so
Nice.
bad. It was so bad. But it was fun, and it was stinky at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, you would get offended, but then you would also want to immediately offend the other person just the
Yes.
same way.
Just to get revenge.
Oh man, it was so fun. Those are the times, but that was when we were kids. As a
Right.
grown up, I don't just sit there farting all over the people I work with.
True. True. I mean, I've there's been some times where I've heard a coworker let loose in
Yeah.
a cubicle, and it's actually funny to me. I don't know if I'm just a big kid, but I laugh every time I hear that.
Uh-huh.
I walk in the restroom at work, and I'll hear it's just like a machine gun going off in the stall, and
Man.
I'm just cracking up, and I could, yeah, exactly, and I could barely keep it together while I'm at the urinal doing my business, and I'm dying laughing.
Yeah, yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny too, man. You're in the when you're in the restroom at work, you hear who that is, or you hear that go off,
Hmm.
and you just sit there. You're like, okay, who is that? Is that the dude I sit next to?
Yeah, I usually look at the shoes.
Yeah, you check the shoes. If you know the shoes, then it's like, oh dang, it's Jim or Bob or Randy or
Right, right.
JJ or whoever it is. So, yeah, man. Yeah, I when I'm in the restroom doing that, I just like to keep my feet back so nobody sees them, but
Right.
I'm sure they do. So, yeah, that's so funny. Well, yeah, man, we would like to definitely hear from some of our listeners about uh, the flatulent times in their life, about the fun stuff or funny things or disgusting things that have gone on. You can hit us up. Uh, you can hit us up and tweet us, and just give us a hashtag Miller Farts. Just just shoot us a message and hashtag Miller Farts, and just tell us a short story. I mean, even post a picture on Instagram with that hashtag on it too. We would love to see it. And our Instagram and Twitter handles are going to be at hashtag Blackout Pod. So yeah, hit us up with that. So yeah, so we'll talk about those butt biscuits, those fart biscuits, those air biscuits some other time. We'd love to hear your post next. Yeah, so another thing that sort of went down on the internet the last week or so. Talks about this artist who is from Australia. His name is Scott Marsh. He painted a 20-foot mural of Kanye West kissing himself on a
Wonderful.
on a building in Sydney, and I guess People want him to take it down, so he demanded a ransom of $100,000 and a lifetime supply of Adidas Yeezy Boost sneakers. So lifetime supply of Yeezys, and then $100,000.
And he's
And
demanding this from
yeah,
Kanye,
so,
right?
so yeah, Kanye. I guess yeah, he's demanded it from Kanye. So yeah, so basically the picture, because it offends Kanye, I guess. So the picture is a photoshopped image of Kanye West and Kim Kardashian, his wife, kissing each other. But the dude photoshopped Kanye kissing Kanye. So what do you think about this man demanding Yeezys and 100K?
I totally understand the intention of the artist. It's very Banksy like as far
Mm-hmm.
as like the satire goes. Kanye
Mm-hmm.
kissing Kanye, because who loves Kanye more than Kanye?
Kanye.
And he does love himself. Just look at all the commotion that he caused when his shoes first came out. I believe they were out on Nike some years ago. He had a deal
Mm-hmm.
with Nike, I believe it was. And
Uh-huh.
then these new shoes, they're released under Adidas. So he caused a big commotion. I'm not sure the details on that, what it was, but it's like his stuff is the best because
Oh
Kanye
yeah.
says so.
Oh yeah. I mean, just think about when he dropped his new album on Tidal, and
Yeah,
then everybody's like, "What the heck is Tidal?" And
yeah,
then some people are like, "I don't like Tidal." And this was, I guess, he was, walking through, I believe, an airport or somewhere like that, and there's reporters there and paparazzi there, and he like made some big stink. He's like, "Who doesn't like Tidal?"
right,
It's like
right.
Tidal is the
Even
best. Everybody need to go to Tidal, and it's like nobody even knows what Tidal is. Everybody
right,
else has Apple Music, iTunes,
right.
and Google Play, SoundCloud.
Exactly,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly. Same thing with his clothing line. The greatest thing, he acts like it's the greatest thing to happen to fashion. You know what it looks like? You remember a
Mhm.
Zoolander Magatu's Derelict line?
Oh, derelict. Yes.
Derelict. Yes, that's exactly what it looks like. A bunch of homeless
Uh,
folks.
man,
You
just
know.
terrible.
Now,
Yeah, I
now on
seen his
the other
clothes. It's too
hand,
much.
now I don't know about the artist. I don't think he'll get what he wants,
Uh huh.
because one, it's sort of like a form of extortion. You're trying to get money out of somebody you don't
Hmm.
know over something that could damage this guy's rep. I
Yeah.
doubt it.
Well, there's
You know,
nothing. I don't think there's much else that could damage Kanye's rep. I mean,
yeah. I mean,
people all
Kanye.
over the place about this guy.
Yeah, yeah. So, and plus, too, the Yeezys are just fugly, man.
Yeah,
Good
they
God. I mean, these people out here that are paying thousands of dollars for this hot garbage.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I let's just say I know some people that are friends with some other people that can find ways to get Yeezys
Right,
for
right.
really cheap. And then these people will sell the Yeezys at various online sales site,
Right,
Craigslist, eBay, what have you,
right.
for for like 10 times, 20 times, the original price. And
And
they'll make
people
their
will buy
money.
it up. Yeah, exactly. They'll buy it up.
It's insane. I can't even believe it. I can't believe it. Like so, yeah. So you buy those shoes. How much are they originally? Like $250?
No, I think they're a lot more. I think they were a lot more than that originally.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Uh,
about 400. I think it's like $400,
yeah,
right?
they were
Yeah,
something, but they got. I think after like the first week, people were trying to get them for like $1,000, at least a
yeah,
$1,000. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. So
yeah, I don't get it, man. They don't look good to me. I don't know, for paying $1,000 for some shoes. They better be those Back to the Future lace up shoes,
and
automatic lace up.
them
Yeah,
shoes better have gold in them. They better help
yeah,
me jump higher.
yes. They
I mean,
better like scratch my toes when they itch.
they better like shoot out pheromones. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was single, obviously neither of us are single, but if we were, they
Right.
better shoot out pheromones to attract the opposite, whatever. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like they better do whatever I need them to do.
Exactly.
Now, speaking of crazy looking Yeezys and these crazy looking shoes, there there is I found online there's like an Amazon retailer known as Christo,
Hmm.
Christo,
Right.
uh, and uh, and they're selling a line of fake light up Yeezys. So
Oh boy.
when you go to a place like I don't know, like any of those knockoff stores or Famous Footwear or something like that, you'll see
Hmm.
like the regular shoes, like the Nikes, and then you'll see some that are like Fikes or you know what I'm saying, or like the Bolo jeans, or
Oh
you know what I'm
no.
saying, like so this Amazon store, Christo, they sell some bootleg copies of Yeezys. So all the Yeezys that everybody in the world knows and love, which not really me,
Mm-mm.
and so like the top half looks like Yeezys, the bottom portion, the sole is actually light up. So they have blue LEDs in there, they have red LEDs. I've seen some orange and white. Yeah,
Oh
so they light up.
no.
So I mean, hey, maybe they're just trying to make these Yeezys like stand out. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're just trying to make them do like extra stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like
right.
we want them to do, but they are butt ugly. And
Yeah.
I think they only cost like 60 or $70. They don't even cost a lot of money.
Gee. And somebody like Kanye would probably sue over that because
Oh
I
yeah.
think there's like a case going on right now where I think Adidas is suing somebody because it's kind of copy there's similarities in the design of another shoe that's less expensive, even though Adidas really isn't expensive at all either. But you know, these Yeezys. I think Kanye would be the type of person to try and sue somebody or tell them to take it off the market.
Oh yeah, he would. And
Yeah.
and you know how petty that is, because let me just tell you. All right, I'm looking this up right now off the Christo sales site on Amazon, and, and you can get Yeezys. I guess the Christo Yeezys for as little as $12, and, and as much as $57.
twelve
So
dollars.
yeah, so hey, anybody out there want them a pair of Yeezys? Get you some boosts. Go on to Amazon. Look for that sales site called Christo, Christo, and get you some Yeezys. You get the light up Yeezys, get the Yeezys with that ugly, crazy black
Uh
strap
huh.
over the top. You get the white Yeezys. You get those high yellow and black Yeezys with the white soles, white
And
light up soles. That is, you get anything.
and the sad thing about it is the Yeezys probably cost less than $12 to make.
Oh my gosh. They have little tiny hands on the other side of the world, unfortunately, making those Yeezys
Yeah.
for, yeah, pennies on the day. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And dudes making millions. So it is what it is. The sad part is so many of our people and other other people's
Yeah.
people stand in line, you
For
know,
hours
for
upon
hours
hours.
overnight. They get in fights over them. It
Yeah.
reminds me of those Jordans back in the day. You know how
Hey,
people would always get in
hey,
fights?
I am a Jordan person. I'm the
I know.
original Jordan person, the
I know.
'90s Jordans, not the new age stuff, not the post retirement Jordan shoes.
Yeah, you're
I'm
one of
like
those
the
people.
I'm one of the people but we were all respectable. We didn't push or fight or punch or kill anybody over some Jordans, We'd
Yeah.
get in line, and it actually wouldn't even be a line because somebody at Foot Locker would open up at 4 a.m. in the morning and
Dang.
let us all in, take our names, go get our shoes, bam, we're done with it. End of story. And I think the max we paid was probably like 150. Now
Uh,
today you're getting Jordans for well over $200, $300, so and they don't even look great. I've went through my Jordan phase. I'm
hmm
more of an Adidas man now. I pay my $60 for my shell toes and I'm done.
Yeah. Oh man, you better not say that too loud. They don't even look great. They got people out there to be fighting for them Jordans. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Oh
I
yeah, I know.
I
I
think it's
know.
crazy. And
That's
I have to say, like, probably one of the other reasons why you guys didn't fight that much over Jordans, because y'all's out in the country. Like, y'all's all cool. Y'all all knew each other. Y'all all friends. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't
So,
say that. I wouldn't say that. I mean, there was only like two size 14s that would ever come in per shipment.
oh, 14. Yeah. So I
Yeah,
understand
so
that.
it would be tough. People from cities around get to the mall. It was tough.
hmm
You got to be there early to
Man, that's
get
so
them.
funny. That's so funny. Yeah. Well, I only had a couple different pairs of Jordans. I had the Bugs Bunny blacks. And
Mm-hmm.
then, dang, I can't remember the other ones, which had like the two square holes on the tongue, which you would pull up.
Uh,
Those are my old school Jordans.
I remember. I
I
remember
always
those.
loved the fours. I never had any, but one day I'll get some, but
Yeah.
just not yet. But
Yeah.
yeah, man. So getting back to this Kanye thing. Okay, so that artist, Scott Marsh, was contacted by someone from Kanye's camp who's willing to pay a pretty decent chunk of money to have the mural taken down. So yeah, $100,000. That's a pretty decent chunk of money. And then also on top of that, he doesn't just want Yeezys; he wanted a lifetime supply of the Yeezys.
Gee.
Like I mean,
I give the Yeezys probably 5 more years, 5 to 10 years,
yeah, well,
and
that's
they're
fine.
done.
So give him 10 pairs, he good to go.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? All right. Well, yeah. Well, if anybody out there has the Yeezys, wants the Yeezys, thinks they're looking good, thinks they're looking ugly, has seen that picture of Kanye kissing Kanye on that wall in Sydney, Australia, we would love to hear from you. So please, please tag us, tweet us with that hashtag Lifetime Yeezys, and let us know what you think about this because I think it's silly. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see where this goes. We'll see. Maybe if he doesn't bring down the mural, if he just makes it like a big artist installation on multiple walls with
Right.
Kanye kissing Kanye.
That would
So
be great. Maybe you should do like some prints and sell the prints.
yeah,
That would be
that would be
awesome.
funny. Just see him like at a random art show there with little like $10 prints of Kanye kissing Kanye.
That would be great. I'd love to see that. I think I'd probably buy a poster, a print from him.
You know, it would be funny. I think it would be funny if you had if he had a picture of Kanye kissing Yeezys, and then some of Kanye's clothes kissing other Kanye clothes.
Right.
Like if he, you know, if he made them humanized or whatever, or he
Uh-huh.
had Yeezys kissing Yeezys, you know,
Oh my God.
that would be pretty hilarious. So
That would be.
yeah, so we want to hear from the world about that. We think it's sort of silly. So what do you people think? We want to know. All right. So, yeah, so I guess it's about time for us to take a quick commercial break. Uh, you know, we'll be right back in a minute and talk about some more fun stuff. This is the Hashtag Blackout Podcast.
Are you listening?
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Jared from the Hashtag Blackout Podcast, and let me tell you about a company that's Hashtag Blackout approved. That's right, it's Hooks, Rubs, and Spices. I said it. Hooks, Rubs, and Spices. It's a family endeavor inspired by the love of adding big and bold flavor to grill food, making it easy for anyone to become a grill master. If you love combining grilled or smoked meats and vegetables with sweet and savory smoky spices, you're a barbecue lover and you found the right place to get the flavor you need to enhance anything you cook on your grill. Hooks, Rubs, and Spices will make you the barbecue master, the barbecue chief, the barbecue guru at any family, barbecue event, tailgate party, or even a competition cook. Hey, I got a suggestion. Try the Smokin' Sweetness. That's their most popular. The Mad Cow, which is spicy, peppery, salty, great for beef. The Lemon Pepper, Rick Ross might love that. And then also the Smoky Burn Rub, which will burn your tongue right off. Once again, Hooks, Rubs, and Spices is Hashtag Blackout approved. And if you order now and use that coupon code Blackout15, you get 15% off your order. Hooks, Rubs, and Spices. Hashtag We Smoke Meat.
Are you listening?
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Hashtag Blackout Podcast. Thank you for listening to the commercials. We definitely appreciate that. Let's see here. So, we'd like to talk about Whoopi's Weed Store. Now, Whoopi Goldberg, you know, who is an advocate for medicinal marijuana, has teamed up with her friend Maya Elizabeth to make a line of pot-infused salves and edibles called Whoopi and Maya, and it's all aimed at helping relieve the pain of menstrual cramps for women. So basically, she's a ganjapreneur, you know, for women's menstrual pain and
Awesome.
other bodily pains. So
Great.
yeah, so it's pretty funny. What do you think about that?
I love it. I think it's a great idea. She's tapping into a market that I don't think a lot of people are getting into. I mean, especially people of her stature. She's a being on TV every day in front of the public eye and admitting to using, you know, cannabis medically for her what is it, glaucoma. You
Yeah.
know, I think it's a great thing because the government puts this bad light on marijuana, classifying it as something that's as bad or as dangerous as heroin.
Uh-huh.
Everybody knows it's not, you know. So somebody of Whoopi Goldberg's stature in the media promoting this, especially for women, it's a product by women for women. I think it's
Yeah.
great. You know, she had a statement that she said there are many people trying to get you high. We're just trying to get you comfortable. You know,
Yeah.
which I thought was great. I mean, it's an awesome thing because there's so many people out there that are suffering with some type of ailment
Yeah.
and you know, medical marijuana is curing it. It's helping them, whether it's PTSD for soldiers or
Yeah.
even little kids with like epilepsy or any type of other disease that affects them physically and mentally. So
Yeah.
I think it's a great thing. And to be I guess be clear on it,
Hmm.
it's not really a store, but it's just her
Some
products
products.
that
Yep.
that she will be distributing to different dispensaries and whatnot. So she has like a
Yeah. Yeah.
THC infused one and then a CBD infused one, and of course we know the THC one is the psychoactive one.
Hmm.
And I think that one's only legal in the states that do have it legal, and
Yeah.
of course
Yeah.
the CBD one is the one in all the other states that
Yeah.
that don't have it legalized. So I think it's a great thing. I love
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, I think it's good. I think that apparently hemp has been used in a lot of medical studies and done some wonders for people. So it's one of those things. I mean, it's not what I choose to smoke. You know what I'm saying? I don't choose to smoke at all, but it's not what I choose to do. But for those people that it helps, if there's a medical reason for it, obviously, it's good for them. It works for them, works for their health. So, I mean, if the doctors have approved it and they've approved the right way to use it, then hey, why not? Why not use some of the ingredients? And yeah, it's not like she's using the whole weed, plant in every product. She's using extracts or portions of the plant.
right, right,
And yeah, you saying it's obviously geared toward women. It's actually only for women. Actually is going to be in San Francisco, California. That's where, she
mm-hmm,
is based the business out of. So
right,
it's going to start out only available in California in April of 2016. So right now, and it's only for people with the medical marijuana card approval from the government and from the doctor. And
right,
then, yeah, and it's actually grown at a woman-run farm. So basically, from what I've heard, what I've read, it's a women only run farm, that grows the weed there, and they obviously cut it and dry it and whatever provided for their company. So yeah, so
right.
here we go. So I saw the list of product names. One is called Relax, which we talked about earlier,
Mm-hmm,
relaxing you. You know what I'm saying? Relax is essential oils to be ingested by drinking, by dripping under the tongue, or rubbed on, your pained body parts.
right.
There's another one. It's a body balm called Rub. And it's for pain relief, so you can rub that anywhere. There's another one. It's a cacao blend meant to be sipped or to be eaten, called Savor. So obviously Savor the cocoa.
Nice,
Yeah, so that's
nice.
good. And then there's the last one that she's come up with is called Soak. It's a lavender Epsom salt blend, and it's used as a bath soak. So I
Mm,
mean, I know a lot of times when I played sports more actively when I was younger, and I'd have a pain from an ankle or a knee, something like that. My dad would always tell me to pour some Epsom salt in the bath water and lay down in there, sit down in
yeah,
there and
yeah,
soak. And I always thought he was crazy, but I know the Epsom salt by itself worked. So
right.
so I'm sure the lavender and marijuana infused Epsom salt would do wonders
I'm
for a
sure
lot
it
of the
would.
people with
I'm
with
sure it
problems.
would.
And hey, we're not women, obviously,
I'd
but
be willing to try it.
yeah, right. But you think of women and they're on their time of the month. You know what I'm saying? They're not
Yeah,
always the happiest people, and also they complain about the cramps. They
right,
complain about the pain. So hey, maybe that soak, if there was that bath soak sitting out there for them to just take a chillax and bubble bath in, or a soak bath in,
right.
maybe that would calm some of that down, and maybe that would help them, throughout the week. So, hey, I mean, I think it's definitely a good thing out there. So, yeah, so okay, so we saw the varieties, we saw the products, we saw the different things that that Whoopi has come up with, for her product line, and I thought it would be fun to come up with some different, weed store varieties, or weed line varieties of products that she could use. So I thought it'd be funny, and I would love for any of our listeners to hit us with that hashtag Whoopi Weed, and tell us, give us some products, that they think would be funny names or funny types of products. Even maybe even give us a small description. So I came up with a few of them. So yeah, man. So I'm gonna just go ahead and describe them. So one I came up with was called Bong Water,
Oh
and it's
my,
I
that
mean
I don't even know if I'd want to try that. I don't
now
know about that one.
now
Whoopi's bong
as
water.
right as Whoopi's Bong Water. So as some weed smokers know, or I guess all weed smokers know, and some other people know, Bong Water is the funky, trash like, poop like smelling water, that's at the bottom of a bong. Um, but Whoopi's Bong Water would be purified weed water to cure cottonmouth. So I think that would be funny. So you got dry mouth, go get you some of that Whoopi's Bong Water. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
I think that would be hilarious. But
Oh, I don't.
it,
I just can't get the thought out of my head. Like popping open a cap of crisp Whoopi's bong water.
crisp and cold, poured over some ice. You know what I'm saying?
I
Man,
it's just like this smell would hit you. The nasty bong water smell would hit you.
put it in a cocktail. You know what I'm saying? Just,
Oh
just
man,
cook with
wow.
it. You wouldn't need it. You wouldn't need like a pinch of basil. You just need a splash of bong water. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you could cook your rice with it. Boil some hot dogs in some Whoopi bong water.
Man, oh, speaking of cooking with it. Okay, so when I was in college, we did a modernized version of Alice in Wonderland,
Mm-hmm.
and my friend Kirk, he's a great guy. I believe he's a drama teacher now in the Dallas Fort Worth area. He actually was directing, and yeah, so he sort of came up with this modernized version, and one of the characters I played. Was the caterpillar, and we know in the original Alice in Wonderland, the caterpillar, smokes a hookah. Well, my version of the caterpillar was a weed smoking caterpillar. So,
Oh, that's great.
so it was hilarious because we got oregano, and a couple of
Oh,
our.
you didn't smoke it, did you?
Let me just tell you, a couple of people in the backstage had a lot of extensive experience, shall we say, with marijuana. So, excuse me.
Sounds like you're smoking some now.
No, no, sorry. So yeah, basically, they had papers, and they had some oregano. They rolled it up, and we lit it up, and I didn't inhale it, like one of our former presidents said, I didn't inhale. But yeah, when you smoke it, when you blow it out, it looks like weed smoke. It smells like weed. It
Mm.
was hilarious, and so people thought that I was really smoking weed out on stage, and thankfully, thankfully, I played the character well enough to make it look like I was as relaxed as weed could get you. But yeah, man, I thought it was crazy how just using oregano and burning oregano like that could produce the scent, could produce the look and feel, I guess, of smoking weed. I didn't get high from smoking the oregano, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I
But
mean,
yeah, it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. Back to these varieties. So we had the bong water. I had the bread and butter, and it's a spread for your bread. Maybe
nice.
a marijuana infused butter spread, sort of like sort of like I can't believe it's butter. You know what I'm saying? Or I can't
I
believe it's
can't
not
believe it's
butter.
Whoopi.
Whatever.
I can't believe it's not Whoopi.
Can't believe it's not Whippy.
Whippy or Whoopi?
Whoopi, whatever her name is. Then we had the can of biscuits.
Oh,
It's
nice.
weed infused
Buttermilk
buttermilk
biscuit.
biscuits. Oh yeah,
Nice.
oh yeah. So she would make them in flaky, and she would make them in just straight up buttermilk biscuit style. And yeah, so I
Nice.
think that would be funny. She could sell that in your grocer's biscuit aisle. You know what I'm saying? Uh, right next to the Pillsbury biscuits and cinnamon rolls. And then last one I came up with was the Wookie, and aptly named to be a weed cookie, in the fashion of a weed brownie, the Wookie. So Yeah, so I
That's
think
great.
those would be
That's great.
some funny things that maybe she could add to her line in the future if she goes bigger, if they go with larger production, and they can distribute more. Yeah, so we would definitely love for people to hit us up with a hashtag Whoopi Weed and tell us any kind of varieties they have. Do you have any?
The ones you said were pretty darn good. I'd love to see Whoopi come out with some different product.
Man, yeah, I was trying to think. I was trying to think of somebody who would be like a good spokesperson for it. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, obviously, Whoopi herself would be a great spokesperson as far as women are concerned.
Uh-huh.
If it was a guy, I mean, Snoop Dogg, who also already has a line of weed products. Uh,
Yes.
you know,
Maybe Seth Rogen. I'd love
Seth
to see
Rogen.
Seth Rogen do a commercial for Whoopi Weed.
Yeah. Oh, a few years ago, Zach Galifianakis actually whipped out a blunt. I believe it was on the Conan O'Brien, one of those late night shows. Oh no, it was on with Bill Maher.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he whipped out
yeah,
a blunt and started smoking it live on air. And so, yeah, man, I think there would be a bunch of funny people out there who would who would make some really good spokespeople.
I'm sure.
When they start doing advertising. So,
I am
yeah.
sure.
So hit us with a tweet for that, for sure.
And what do we have next?
All right. All right. Yeah. The next topic, the last topic we want to get into is going to be what I'd like to call D'Angelo Russell. Snitch or nah? So, yeah. So,
Snitch.
snitch.
He's a snitch.
Yeah, so we know if you haven't seen by now, D'Angelo Russell, who is a rookie guard for the Los Angeles Lakers, basically made the Lakers season go from bad to worse within the past couple of weeks because not only do they suck as a team this year, it's Kobe Bryant's last season, so everybody's sending him off, which is sad for Laker fans. But then he was hanging out with his homeboy Nick Young, aka Swaggy P, aka Iggy Azalea's fiance, soon to be married to
Right.
fiance,
Right.
and they were hanging out talking, and apparently Nick Young is one of his best friends on the team, so he chats with him all the time. They always videotape each
Mm-hmm.
other talking and doing crazy stuff, and he leaked a convo. Where Nick Young actually talked about cheating on Iggy Azalea with a 19-year-old, with maybe some other people. And then he also talks about Amber Rose, and Nick Young's like, nah, she knows my girl, so maybe he didn't try with her.
Right. Right.
And then it ends the video with D'Angelo saying, thank you for telling that to my video. And Nick Young's like, huh? So we didn't really see what happened after that video, but that was leaked. So come to find out, D'Angelo Russell, obviously feels really bad for this video getting out.
Apparently, he does.
Yeah, Nick Young, definitely was sad, and he's trying to, sort of build back up his relationship with Iggy Azalea, and Iggy was interested by the video, and she was like, well, I would definitely like that. If somebody has like actual proof of him doing that, she really wants to know because she didn't want to marry a cheater,
Right.
obviously.
Right.
But come to find out, there's this site called Famous, and they were given that video from somebody from Nicki Minaj's camp
Ooh.
to throw shade at Iggy Azalea because Nicki and Iggy have had some beef over Iggy possibly being a ghostwriter on some of her songs.
Oh
And
boy.
that all came out after the BET Awards
Uh-huh.
just recently. So yeah, so that's where the video came from. It got leaked on Famous, and then of course D'Angelo Russell's in the middle of all this. So what do you think about that?
Uh, Couple words. He's a snitch.
You think so?
I think so. I mean, I can't really put it because we don't know exactly what details went on, whether it's somebody from Nicki's camp
Mm-hmm.
or D'Angelo himself. He said he was taping it or video recording it or whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're gonna say thanks for telling that to my camera, and then bam, all of a sudden this stuff comes out.
Mm-hmm.
It's obvious. I mean, that would be the obvious thing, is to point the finger at D'Angelo Russell for doing that. But you brought it on yourself, dude. So
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. I had to say this. I won't 100% call him a snitch because, hey, he okay, so first off, Nick Young shouldn't be out there doing stuff with other women if he's engaged to be married. All right, so that's
yeah,
first things
yeah,
first. So the fact that it got out there, I mean, it's one of those things. It's probably just going to come out at some point in time because you remember Tiger Woods. He tried to hide his stuff for years, and then
Yeah,
eventually it came out. So
yeah,
it's just one of those things. If it didn't come out now, maybe it would have happened few years down the line when Nick and Iggy are married, and then maybe it would have blown up even bigger and
true.
gotten worse. So I don't necessarily want to throw snitch on him. He seemed contrite. He seemed like he was honest in the fact when he was saying he did not know exactly how the video got out. Now, I don't know how the video got from his phone to someone in Nicki Minaj's camp. Maybe he
Yeah,
knows somebody there. Maybe he's friends with someone. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's a girlfriend or something like that of his. Like, I don't know.
yeah.
I don't
I
know.
mean, but
So,
the thing is, in this business, you can't expect all that stuff to just be hidden.
oh,
You're
yeah.
recording somebody, you're famous. Of course, you're gonna know other famous people, and sending that video to somebody else in Nikki's camp, it was gonna get
Yeah.
leaked out.
Oh, yeah.
So it's totally his fault. It's totally both of their fault.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
talking about it. If Nick Young did do something, or if he didn't, who knows? Who
Yeah.
actually knows? But if you got something on video and them talking, everybody's going to take the actual recording for it, for what it
Yes,
is.
everybody's gonna see it, everybody's gonna hear it. I mean, it blew up. There's millions and millions of views of videos about it, and people all over the world,
Yeah.
who have any kind of interest in it, definitely, sought out it or have been seeking out information. I mean, there's people, there's reporters in sports, in regular news media, and in entertainment news media all
Hmm.
reporting about this right now, and it's just not
Right.
a good look. um
And
I
then
don't
what's
know.
going to happen to D'Angelo Russell at the end of the season?
Well,
Because
I mean,
nobody's really playing with him
yeah,
now. Nobody's being a teammate to him. They're
yeah,
like distancing themselves from him. So
yeah,
what if he goes to another team? What if he ends up going to another team? That word of mouth of him being a snitch is going to travel to other teams.
yeah,
Then it's just going to be that endless cycle of let's just distance ourselves from this guy,
yeah. Well,
because you can't really talk freely around him because he may end up saying something to somebody else and it'll get leaked out. You know.
yeah, yeah. I think there's definitely some truth to that. But what I can say is, I mean, yeah, I mean, he got booed that next game at home. Nick
Yeah.
Young actually was inactive that game, and D'Angelo
Mm-hmm.
Russell was actually booed when he was announced. But let's just say this: uh, he's a rookie, so he ain't going nowhere yet. He is signed, with the contract, with
Right.
his rookie
Right.
contract. So he at least has a few years on that contract. So he's not going anywhere. I think, what I've seen, um, uh, D'Angelo Russell wasn't, he wasn't totally isolated from the team. There are some teammates that don't want to talk to him, and there were some teammates that talked to him and sort of fed him a piece of their mind. And there are some teammates, probably like Kobe, who understands this type of situation. Being in a situation where
Right.
where you're not totally faithful, and then it blows up in the media. So I'm sure Kobe went and talked to him and was like, "Hey, man, it's gonna be a tough road to hoe, but you're gonna make it eventually." So hoe, and I'm sure other people around the organization, like the GMs, Magic Johnson. You know what I'm saying? The coach Byron Scott. I'm sure those guys went to him and they're like, "Hey, man, you really messed up a lot, but you know, there's a way to let this go and sort of drift off into Never Never Land where nobody remembers it, and there's a way to keep it going. So you just got to play smart." So yeah, so he's a rookie. He was the number 2 pick. So I mean,
Right.
he ain't going nowhere yet. But yeah, eventually in his career, when he does move on to another team, yeah, people are gonna look at him, with that stank eye. They're gonna look at him, out of the corner of their eyes, saying, "Hey, well,
Right.
we can't tell this guy nothing about our personal life, if we don't want it leaked." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
you never know because the way that he was recording, it didn't look like they were like recording, face to face where he had the camera right in Nick Young's face.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of like he
In
just
the
like sort of had
background,
it
right?
pointed in the background
Yeah.
over to the side. So yeah, so man, it's nuts. And so people are out there calling him a snitch. Some people are, sort of defending him, saying, "No, he's not a snitch. Nick Young shouldn't have done that." I don't know, man. I don't know. I wouldn't personally. I wouldn't say he's a snitch 100%. But then again, he
He's a
shouldn't have.
50-50
Yeah, he's a
snitch.
50-50. He shouldn't have had that out there. But now that it's out there, it's out there. So you got to live with that. So yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely want any of our listeners to hit us with that hashtag Russell snitching or hashtag Russell not snitching. Something like that. Yeah, because we want to really know if people think he's a snitch or not. We really, really want to know. Yeah, so I guess that's going to be it for this episode of the Hashtag Blackout Podcast. We definitely can't wait for the next show. We're going to be checking out what's going on in the internet. We'll be following up on some of these topics that we talked about today. Yeah, we definitely want to hear from all of our listeners about what they think of our show, about what they think of our topics. And then, yeah, please definitely email us topics, send us messages with topics on Facebook and Twitter, DM us, whatever. Not on Facebook, sorry, on IG. Yeah, and we definitely want to hear from you guys. So, Jay, why don't you go ahead and tell our listeners how they can contact us?
Well, you could hit us up at hashtag blackoutpod@gmail.com. Leave us your feedback, good, bad, ugly. Check us out on Twitter and Instagram at hashtag blackoutpod. We'll be uploading the audio to YouTube under hashtag blackout podcast. So, leave us suggestions for topics.
Yeah,
We'll take anything. We'll discuss anything.
And then what is our email address? Did you get that to him?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed that. I was trying to read at the same time.
It's the Whoopi weed that's
Oh man, it's that Whoopi weed. It's those Cinnabiscuit or Cannabiscuits that I have for breakfast. Yeah. So once again, thank you all for listening. We love you guys. Can't wait to see what you think about these topics today, and can't wait to talk to you again. I'm Jared.
And I'm Jay.
God bless.
And we're blacking out.
Peace. All right, we can do that closing again if you want, or we can chop it up, whatever. But yeah, so I'm gonna just try it again. All right, once again, we want to thank everybody for listening. Once again, we want to thank everybody for listening. We love our audience. We love to hear from you guys. So yeah, please follow up with us. Give us blah blah blah. Once again, we'd like to thank you guys for listening. Can't wait till you. Golly, I'm losing. 3, 2, 1. Once again, we'd like to thank you guys for listening. We can't wait till you. What am I losing? What am I saying? See, this is what happens when you go up a little bit. You be in the booth for too long. Okay, 3, 2. This need to go in the outtakes. 3, 2, 1. Once again, we want to thank everyone for listening. We love you guys. Can't wait to hear what you think about our stories this week. And this is Jay. Wait.
That's Jay and I'm Hook.
And we blacking out.
Blacking out.
Okay, I'm lost. Whatever. Last time. 3, 2, 1. Once again, we want to thank everybody for listening. Thank you for listening this week. Once again, we want to thank everybody for listening this week. This is Hook. God bless.
And I'm Jay. And we blacking out.
Peace.
I couldn't keep it in.
All right. Okay.
Oh,
That's